Hello. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the design influences in the bathroom. You've heard me talk a little bit about things like arches and different types of storage pieces and little furniture cabinets and things like in the last video, without really giving you a context for what is guiding these choices and what is the overall aesthetic that I'm looking for. So I'm going to take you through a couple of those influences now. And so as you can see on the screen here, this is the bathroom when I first moved into the apartment. So the only thing I had done here at this point was remove some hideous black vinyl tiles that someone stuck over these original tiles. I don't know why anyone would do that, but they did. So the tile work itself was the first major design influence. In other words, looking at what's already there, looking at what is original, because a lot of times that's going to be the best match for the apartment itself. You have to remember, these apartments were designed by an architect. So if something's in there and it's original, it means it was deliberate and someone selected these various things with a design eye. Now, if people have done renovations since that time, you don't have that same kind of guarantee, because that might have just been the homeowner thinks this looks cool, so he or she threw it in there. But if you've got something that's original, a lot of times, you could do well by keeping it and maybe adding a few things that bring it into the modern day, but if you keep the overall aesthetic the way that it was, it's a guaranteed match for your home. So I was celebrating a friend's birthday. We were all getting together at this nice restaurant in Manhattan. And, as an aside, you never really know when a design inspiration is going to hit you. So here I am at my friend's birthday. We're at this restaurant. I walk in and suddenly it's like, whoa, forget about the birthday. Forget about the friend. That sounds terrible, I know, but look at this place. And I was just looking around at this restaurant. I'm going to show you some photos of it, but this was a huge influence on the aesthetic that I wanted to have in this bathroom renovation. The interior of the restaurant, this is one of the views, and you can see this wonderful combination of this encaustic cement tile on the ground, but that is warmed up by these wood tones. The walls are off-white, but the tile is a clean white. So I really loved that. And I loved the sort of surprising use of black tones, not only on the accessories, but also on the grout lines itself. That was something that I thought was really amazing. I also loved the patterns of the tiles that they were using. So I walked around a little bit more and, took in some other views of this restaurant, and I was like, I think I have my look. I think I know what I want to do in here. The other thing that I was influenced by, you'll find this in a lot of people's homes, that there's something about this Art Nouveau style poster that has just become so popular. I don't know if it's, people like cats or whatever the case may be, but what you notice in a lot of these Art Nouveau sort of posters and prints from this era, this was, I believe, about 1890-ish to like the early part of the 1900s, 1910, 1915, something like that, is when you tended to see this in France. A lot of these posters are using that same color palette. You sort of have this pale yellow, you have the black, and this wonderful red color here. And so that tied in nicely with the restaurant photos, because I could see that they were already using that kind of a palette on their tile as well. One of the things I started to do after that was look for photos of bathrooms that were built around the same time as mine to see what some of the other styles were and what were some of the elements present. Right, so for this one, this miraculous pink bathroom, so beautiful. The arches in here, the embracing of the original color palette, these were things that I loved, which really spoke to me. Again, the sink, the same color as the walls, You walk in, this doesn't feel old to me. This feels opulent to me. And that was another thing that I kind of loved. I said, why don't I take this utilitarian bathroom and just elevate it a little bit? You hear a lot about people doing these spa bathrooms now. Everyone wants a spa bathroom, a place where you can go in and relax. Well, I wanted a place where I could go in and feel more important than I really am. You could do that with design. You can make a place look really nice, and then when you walk in, you say, hey, I've made it, you know? Even if the stuff is like bargain discount, if it has the right look, it can conjure that mood. That's what I think is so fun about design. So some of the other ones I looked at, I loved the tile work on this here. Was just so beautiful how this was all integrated, and it really celebrated the original cast iron tub with the porcelain glaze on it, rather than just replacing that with something new, which would have been all too easy. You know, they renovated this place and opted to keep everything original. You can even see the original cross handle hardware on the wall. Now, these photos are actually from somebody's yellow and black bathroom, similar to mine. So this was another influence that I looked to. And you can see again, they have this really nice decorative arch that separates off the tub area from the rest of the room. You've heard me talk a little bit about doing something like that in my bathroom. Here's another example, again with an arch, but with some beautiful classic tile, again with that black border. These guys chose to do some, you know, wallpaper detail in there. I wasn't sure if I was into wallpaper for a bathroom because of the moisture and the humidity, although nowadays they have products that hold up a lot better under moisture, but wasn't sure about that for me. Here's another wonderful photo of that yellow and black bathroom with the original tile and this really nice detail. This is the shower in that same bathroom, which I'm also in love with. I know that nowadays a lot of people are designing showers with glass, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a very cool look when you're in a shower, but you can see the rest of the bathroom in it. It makes the shower feel huge. But there is something to be said for the quaintness of these little nook showers where you step into this little room, you've got it all to yourself. It's this feeling of almost like, I want to say, coziness, you know? Maybe that's just me, but that's what it makes me think of, is that you're in this small compartment, you've got everything that you need in there to take a shower, a comfortable shower. Here's actually a zoom in of the tile detail for that bathroom as well. So yeah, again, can't tell if that's original. It's super nice, like I love that. But you can see these tiles here on the side definitely are original because they've got those cracks. And, you know, folks, don't be afraid of cracks in your tile. There's a word for it, it's called crazing. Some tiles are designed to automatically crack when they're manufactured. Some, like this, probably were not designed that way, but over the years, they got small microfractures in the surface, and then over years of cleaning the tile, you end up kind of wiping the dirt and oils into these lines, and then it just creates this character that you wouldn't get with a newer tile. So other influences, this is obviously not the same color scheme, but again, with the really nice tile being really the hero of the design here with this nice color. And you contrast that with the wood to warm that up a little bit. And finally, this is talking about, or this highlights rather, the use of marble. And I was thinking if I can integrate some of these more luxury materials in a small way, it would help the bathroom to feel a little more luxurious as well. This was one of the sinks that I was considering at one point. Very pricey, very beautiful though. And I loved also the very retro looking hardware. So even though this stuff is brand new, it was designed to look old. And therefore you would get this sort of cohesiveness with your design. Things look like they belong together.